CTV News at 6 with Joe Perkins.
Conservation officers continue to search in Central Saanich for a dangerous trio of cougars. The past couple of days have been deadly for farm animals in the area, and there are still fears the killer cats could begin to target people. Police in Central Saanich say conservation officers have been out all night with dogs trying to track the large cats. Since yesterday, there have been no sightings, but police say the concern remains high. Conservation officers say in the past couple of days they have seen more dead animals than they have over the past 15 years. Central Saanich Police are warning the public to keep an eye out. Police say they will respond to any call they receive. The 3 cats are believed to still be in the area. Well, the province may be dealing with a new invasive fish threat that could spell trouble for the province's salmon stock. The Asian carp may have been spotted in the Thompson-Nicola region of the province, and that has First Nations leaders sounding the alarm. This dramatic video shows flying Asian carp in Illinois earlier this year. The fish can hit people in boats when they're zipping around, but the real concern is around habitat. This is one of the fish turned over to the Department of Fisheries for testing to see if it's actually an Asian carp. They're aggressive fish that eat up existing food, making it tough for native fish to survive, which could be a concern for the already struggling salmon stocks. This year, Ottawa spent more than $17 million, and the United States government spent $50 million to try to keep the invasive fish out of the Great Lakes. Well, for woodwind farms in Central Saanich, August has not been the easiest month. The camp some call a haven for the homeless was singled out for defying a bylaw by erecting a tent compound on its property. And while tensions have tempered for the time being, the work at Woodwind Farm is far from over, and today the focus shifted to the future. The 192-acre farm transformed into a celebration today. The event was a fundraiser to help pay for some of the farm's operating costs. A good turnout was on hand to take in the music magic. There was even a cook-off emceed by our very own Stephanie Sherlock. Now, the highlight of the day, an anonymous donation of $10,000.
You know, it's money that's spent directly helping people. This is putting food in people's stomachs. This is giving them the support that they need and tools to work the land with and work clothes, and very practical in those kinds of ways.
LeBlanc says the farm's short-term vision is to have 12 to 24 people living on the farm full-time. In the next 5 to 6 years, the executive director hopes that number jumps to around 100. He says there's more than enough work for that many people at the farm. An update now into a story we told you about yesterday. Police have arrested a 36-year-old man in connection to the stolen Tour de Rock gift basket that was swiped from the Perks Rec Center. The suspect was spotted in the Burnside and Tillicum area. Nearly all of the hair products in the basket have been recovered, and police are recommending charges. The City of Victoria's plan to calm vehicle traffic through Beacon Hill Park continues to get mixed reviews. Today marked the final opportunity for the public to ask questions and share an opinion on the city's pilot changes to the park. The 3-month project has seen parking and road access reduced to make the park more attractive to pedestrians and cyclists. And depending on who you talk to, the changes are getting mixed reviews. Some say the road closures have made the park more pedestrian friendly. Others argue it's done nothing but cause more problems.
Some people are concerned that the change is unwarranted and not necessarily needed. They're also concerned a little bit about budget impacts, and they're just not too sure that there ever was a problem in the park. Some of the very positive things we're hearing is the multi-use trails and just the atmosphere where the road closures are. They feel that it's a quieter place for them to visit, as well as they feel that it's just a nice change to the experience of the park.
Some of the changes include road closures of Bridge and Haywood Way, along with changing Circle Drive into a one-way street. There's still time to weigh in. Surveys can be found on the city's website. After October 31st, planners will analyze the data and submit a report to City Council where further proposed changes would go to a vote. A warning tonight for anyone who has recently purchased mangoes. The Canadian Food Inspection Agency is warning the public not to eat Daniella brand mangoes sold in Western Canada. They may be contaminated with salmonella. The affected Daniella mangoes are a product of Mexico. The mangoes were sold at stores across northern and western Canada, including BC, between the 12th of July and August 14th. The CFIA says there have been several confirmed illnesses associated with eating the contaminated mangoes. Salmonellosis may cause serious and sometimes deadly infections for young children, the elderly, or people with weakened immune systems. Well, all summer long, our friends at 107.3 Kool FM have been answering the phones looking for caller number 7, lucky caller number 7. Now, 4 months later, their list of callers is full, and the station is giving away its grand prize.
Russ from Red Barn Market pulling these 10 finalists. Grant Robinson.
Up for grabs, a 2012 Saunders Subaru Impreza Sport with gas and insurance for 1 full year. The Kool Morning team took over Centennial Square this afternoon to give away the ride and wrap up its cool days of summer. 10 lucky contestants were drawn from the larger pool of names, and from there, the morning team narrowed it down to the final 2.
Sharon Johnson, and that means Michelle Martel.
It's just ridiculous. I just don't, it's hard to believe. It hasn't really sunk in. It's a pretty big win for me. It's going to be hard to give it back.
Martel says the ride will help with her commute in from North Saanich every day. She says she feels this will be the start of a year of good luck. Stray dogs. If you've been to Mexico, you know it's a big problem in the country. The homeless dogs roam city streets, beaches in search of food, and many in search of a home. Occasionally, the animals are adopted, but more often than not, they're put down. It's a harsh reality that a group of Vancouver Islanders are hoping to change. The dogs are from Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, and through the nonprofit organization MexPup, were rescued and adopted and now live in homes on Vancouver Island. In just over a year, MexPup has rescued more than 150 dogs, and many of them now live in BC. Last year, we showed you a van full of lovable pups unloading in Colwood. Well, today, the organization organized a doggy reunion, a chance for some old friends to catch up.
You know, we were there when they were found, and some of them were, many of them were in really horrible conditions, skinny, sick, on death's door maybe, and then you're here and you see them with their families and they're beautiful and healthy and valued and really cared for, and it's heartwarming. It's a great day.
MexPup operates 2 locations, one in Victoria and the other in Puerto Vallarta. The organization says many of its rescue dogs are still in Mexico waiting to get healthy before being matched up with a family here on Vancouver Island.
It's just, I found personally it's a better way to get a dog, and a dog that needs some assistance instead of bred for a purpose, just for sale and for profit.
A large crowd of owners and dogs turned out for the MexPup's first ever doggy reunion. The organization says it's hoping you can help rescue more dogs from Mexico by making a donation online at mexpup.com. If you're interested in adopting, you can find an application form to fill out at MexPup's website.